Hi, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. We're continuing with topic 4. We're going to skip ahead to 4-4 and really spend the next couple days reviewing and strengthening our skills in double-digit multiplication. So today, we're going to look at arrays and partial products. That looks like making the box. Today, it's going to be presented to you sort of on grid paper to review the concept for you. But if you're going to do the work on scrap paper, you're just going to end up drawing boxes because you don't have grid paper, but it's totally okay. All right, so let's look at a problem. This is one right from our book. There are 13 toy dogs in each row of a carnival booth. 20 rows contain 2 toy bulldogs and 4 rows contain huskies. How many toy dogs are there? So there are 20 rows of toy bulldogs and 4 rows of huskies. So that's 24 altogether. So this was like a 2-step problem. And then there are 13 in each row. So we have to do 24 times 13. So if you remember the box method, I draw my box and I split it into 4 sections. And then I'm going to split apart the 24, 20 and 4. And I'm going to split apart the 10 and the 3. And then I'm just going to multiply. So 20 times 10 gives you 200. 20 times 3 gives you 60. 4 times 10 gives you 40. And 4 times 3 gives you 12. These are your partial products. You would add them all together and get 312. They're also going to ask you today to think about if something is reasonable, right? Does your product make sense? And so here you can use your rules of rounding. And if you think back to compatible numbers, that was something that we touched on. Compatible numbers generally in 4th grade is going to be something like 25 or 50. So let's take it here. So if I were to get a round 24, it rounds to 20. If I were going to round to 13, it rounds to 10. And if I multiply them, I get 200. The squeaking in the background is my dog Izzy playing with her toy. Okay, compatible numbers, I can make 24 into 25 because they are close, and then multiply that by 10 and get 250. So remember, this is just a check method, and 250, yes, is close to 312. All right, Izzy, we know you're here. Okay, so this is sort of how it's going to be presented to you today. They will give you a grid, but you're going to have to do the work. A lot of you, I think, are trying to do a lot of this mentally, and you have to just get the paper and pencil out, everybody, and do the work. Okay, so here we have 24 times 16, and the grid represents them breaking apart the 24. So this here is 20, and this here is 4. They broke apart 24. Across the top, they broke apart the 16 into 10 and 6. Okay? So if we multiply 20 times 10, and I'm just going to write it in the box, is 200. You multiply 20 times 6, you get 120. You multiply 4 times 10, you get 40. And if you multiply 4 times 6, you get 24. So these are your partial products, the 200, 120, 40, and 24. And if you add those all together, you're going to get 384. And don't think I did that mentally. I have my scrap paper on the side. And so then if they ask you if it's reasonable, you can use compatible numbers here, or you can use rounding, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Remember, compatible numbers is really in 4th grade going to work with the number 25. So 24 rounds to 20, 16 rounds to 20, 20 times 20 is 400, and yes, that's close to 384. So my answer, my product is reasonable. Let's try another one. So again, they're going to present it to you on this like mini grid paper. You don't have grid paper at home. It's totally okay. You could just draw a box. That's what you're going to end up doing tomorrow and the next day for the strategy. That's what I did. I don't have graph paper at home. So I just drew a box. They split up the 14 into 10 and 4. They split up the 21 into 20 and 1. 10 times 20, we just did before, is 200, right? 10 times 1 is 10. It's not going to fit in that little space. 4 times 20 is 80. And then 4 times 1 is 4. So remember, those are your partial products, 200, 10, 80, and 4. And you probably can do this mentally. If you add them all up, you get 294. All right, one more, and I'm going to model for you sort of, because I know you don't have the grid paper at home. So if you had a problem like this that you need to solve, just draw a box like this one, and we will set it up. So it's 18 times 18. So I drew my box. I'm going to break up the 18 into 10 and 8, and then break up the second 18 into 10 and 8. And now we're going to find the partial products. So 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 8 is 80. 8 times 10 is 80. And 8 times 8 is 64. All right. When you add those all together, you will get 324. All right. So that's what you're working on, boys and girls, today. You might see some questions that are just straight double-digit multiplication, and you're expected to use the box to help guide you to find your product. All right. Have a great day, everybody.